Yeah, like you said, for me it's very important too, especially third line, fourth line. We, I'm a coach who rely on them a lot. And if you look at our schedule or everyone's schedule this year because of Olympics, it's going to be so many games, right? And yeah, and that's why the third and the fourth line, we need them. We need them. We need a lot of good minutes out of them. Not just playing heavy and doing this and that, but they got to help us out, all right? They got to help out the big guys, the veterans, because we need those kind of minutes moving forward, right? I mean, it's crazy. You got 3, 4 games a week, every week. It's hard. It's hard. So that's why they're really important for us. Done already? Yeah, like.
Mark, I'm wondering what the feedback was from your players after the late one-on-one battle drill in practice today. It seemed like a lot of guys were pretty exhausted.
There was actually no feedback. They couldn't talk. That's a good sign, though. And yeah, no, there's a few guy like Harvey. I don't think Tana did it because I was not there, but no, it's a battle. You probably noticed it too. Today was a different day, right? So yesterday was everything with the puck. It was a high pace, good flow, lots of energy, and you were with the puck. Guys like to play with the puck. Today was different. We were working our way back without the puck, and our message today was how important, or my message today was how important it is to track and play good defense because we want that puck back quick as we can. So it allows us to play more offense. It allows us to have more offensive time. So it's not always fun, but I got to make sure it's going to be fun for our guys. And that's, you name it. I'm just going to name the Florida Panthers because these guys, they cover and they track so hard. And all the good teams, they do that. And that's something, again, I'm going to be on it all year long because I want to play offense.
Sorry, systematically, like it seemed when you were doing those rush drills, whether it was 3-on-2, 3-on-3s, and then 5-on-5s, you seem to want to have those two forwards, one stay to the outside, one cut to the middle, and try to hit the defenseman that's coming in for the attack. What do you like about having that type of varied approach when you're entering the offensive zone and having the defenseman step up and take that shot?
Yeah, there's a few things. First of all, when you enter the zone, I think that the puck carrier should know right away where are my guys, where are my line mates, where are my spots, where I'm going to, and that's why we're gonna stick with our game plan and try to have that picture all the time on any entry. Will be different sometimes, yes, because you just got to play hockey as well. But I want them to know, okay, if he's it's gonna get tight on the blue line, where do I gonna go? Because that's why it's so important. We're gonna stick with it. You got to stick with it, and yeah, it's just gonna help our game moving forward offensively. And yeah, no, as long as we have that picture, we will be fine. And the other thing, I'm just sorry, I'm just going to touch on that is when you sue the deep delays, I call it deep delays. It just want to give them some options. That's all what it is. That's just the start of it. We're going to work on it all the time. But I just want to give them a few options, what they have. But it does matter if you notice. It doesn't matter what we do. We always end up in the same spots. So that's the goal, and so it's just easier to read if you're in trouble.
Marco, Hampus Lindholm and Andrew Peak, you have them together the first two practices. What do you think could work about that as a pairing?
Yeah, no, I knew Hampus out of Anaheim. I knew how good he is. He shows us again. So it's really exciting for not just for me, I think for the whole team that he's back and how important it is to have him back in the lineup. peaks, I didn't know him. I heard a lot of good things, especially coming out of the World Championship, that he played like a man. And I had told him yesterday, and he carried over right away, yesterday and today. I think he's a big, strong presence. Right now, I really like that pair. Do they going to stay together? I don't know, but they definitely had a good first 2 days. It's a tough spot in the back there.
What goes into your decision making in terms of who plays game one of the preseason?
Well, we have to manage a little bit workload-wise, veterans, young kids, also management. The first few games or even 3 games, it's usually sometimes more management and, management's call than anything else. So I'm going to sit down. Sweens already knows what I'm thinking. We're going to get together and try to come up with a lineup. He wants to see some young kids too. I want to see some young kids, so it will be a little bit of combination of everything. But yeah, that's going to be a group decision, I would say, with Don Sweeney and I.
I know it's only day 2, but what are you sort of hoping the identity of the eventual third line is come the start of the season?
Well, the third line, and I touched on it a little bit. The third line is important for me because sometimes, and there will be a lot of times actually, I have to play against the top line, and I gotta trust them, and that's how big they are. I try to match up sometimes, but there will be times I don't have a chance or whatever it works out, and that's why those guys gotta kick in, and they gotta be there, and it's the worst feeling when you're a coach on the bench and you're having a line out there, and just say there's a McKinnon line out there. I was like, oh boy, hopefully we're not in trouble. I don't want to be that coach. I want to be a coach where, okay, it doesn't matter who's going to be out there, the third line, fourth line. I got to trust him, and I will have no problem if a McKinnon line is out there. So a lot of times people ask me about, always playing a third line. No, actually, the third line is really important for me, and the fourth line too, because of it. Yeah.